Was how do you see LBJ's vision of civil rights reflected today? How is it different? How has it held up? And we had a number of submissions, and the winner is standing right next to me. His name is Jade Fabello, and he was an obvious choice above everything else. It's jury for a real treat tonight. He's going to give us his speech tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the winner, Jade Fabello.
While the following story may seem to prove otherwise, I like to think I'm a really lucky guy. So, just a few weeks ago in my AP US History class, we had a substitute. He was an okay guy. He told us all of his stories from the Cold War that we never asked for, and he took the time to talk to a lot of us one-on-one. So nearing the end of the period, he shows me this note that says to see him after class. I don't think much of it, and I oblige. However, he had also shown that note to two other students as well. And it quickly became apparent that the three of us shared at least one thing in common: the color of our skin. Now, I do totally believe that this Cold War-era Caucasian man had the best of intentions. But for some reason, he found it necessary to pull all the black kids in all of his classes aside to tell us how great it is for us to be taking these advanced classes. Because we are also, and I quote, articulate. Now, he was talking about smart, articulate black men, so of course he mentioned Obama, the anomaly that he, and apparently we, are. Now, it was such a great joke coincidence that this happened when it did. Because just a few classes after that, we began talking about the American Civil Rights Movement. We talked about the Kennedys, Dr. King, Malcolm X, LBJ. And shortly thereafter, my debate coach, oh yeah, I'm in debate by the way, because that stuff was right, I am articulate. Well, he tells you about this speech I should write about how LBJ's vision of civil rights has played out in today's society, how far we've come since 1964, and where we still have to go. So here we are, conquering the issue that defines American dichotomy. A quote. I want to be the president that finished what Lincoln started, President Lyndon Baines Johnson. A truly wonderful sentiment, showcasing his vision to do what his predecessors before him were afraid to do. And in that regard, it's certainly fair to say that he had success. The Civil Rights Act in 1964 and 68, the Voting Rights Act in 65. So yeah, there's the obvious. I can hang out in a park and I can vote next year, and according to my sources, we have a black president. But while great strides have been made, the equality Johnson helped assure isn't exactly perfect. If you were to ask people how far we've come and how far we still have to go, they'll likely say that while things have improved, there's still a lot of room to make things better, because that's the right answer. Now, popular figures know not to be blatantly racist, or at least the smart ones do. Again, I can vote next year and I can have a white girlfriend. However, there are times when celebrities get away with their hateful remarks. Disenfranchisement still shows have been made with reforms, voter ID laws, disproportionate incarceration, and any white girlfriend of mine would have to have jungle fever. And of course, we have that riot that resulted from police brutality on a black youth that lasted upon days and caused millions of dollars in property damage. Now, despite what you may be thinking, actually what I was trying to describe there was the Watts riots of '65 and not the Baltimore riots of, well, right now. 50 years later, it seems like the same things are still happening. But for situations like these, we have to remember that progress isn't exactly a straight line. These seem like setbacks, but they bring forth ideas and support, conversation and opinions. The truth of surrounding these controversial happenings, where a young black man ends up dead, almost seems to fade into the background when we see these ideas pop up. And regardless of what you may believe to be the truth, ignorance and intelligence shows up on both sides. For every racist tweet we see about Trayvon, Michael, Eric, Martiz, Walter, Freddie, there is one and then some on the other side. People in huge quantities are showing up and showing their opinions and taking this stance. Because like LBJ, we don't have the fear that our predecessors did. Because now we are living in a society where people aren't afraid to face a social stigma for taking that side. Now, I'm really lucky that that little articulate event was the most racist thing I've ever experienced. I'm lucky to have walked home safely all the times that I have. I'm lucky that my skin is light enough and that my friends are white enough so that I avoid some suspicion. I'm lucky that there are no riots about me. I'm lucky that there are no bullets in my father's back. I'm lucky that I cannot even truly comprehend what it can mean to be black in some parts of this nation. But most of all, I'm lucky to be living in a time where we do not ignore, we do not sit, but we listen and we stand, where we tweet and we text and we let our voices be heard. I'm lucky to be living in a time where we may finally go tangent to that vicious cycle that started all the way back when the first African slaves stepped foot on this would-be nation in 1619. And that is why I am lucky. Thank you.